So welcome back everybody here on the All the Mods 9 server. A little bit of a random stream. Not usually the time I'm live, but I'm trying to shift my sleep schedule. And here we are. Oh boy, so I've prepared a bit of materials here in our inventory for something I want to set up today, because I'm tired of it not being set up. And that thing is that we're just storing most of the predictions. We're not actually processing them, and we're going to start that today. And I wanted to show a little bit of what I've been working on. I'm slowly crafting two 5.6M mega crafting storages and putting coprocessors on top of them. These aren't hooked up yet because I just crafted them, like just barely. I was just playing normally, and then I was like, you know what? Why don't I just do an episode, do a stream? Got some more 65M cells and a 256M ready for more Greg Tech materials. I also changed to off of producing oxygen for now to produce more wood dust by centrifuge. And then right now I'm processing sphalerite in order to get gallium. And we've got a good amount of gallium so far. We've actually got pretty much all the resources we need to finish out the LV stage. The only thing we got to do is make copper-nickel, make a blast furnace through an electrolyzer into arsenic, and then gallium and arsenic mixed to gallium arsenide and up. The other thing is phenolic printed circuits, which, while we can do a chemical reactor, the fact there's just a crafting recipe, I think we're just going to do that. I think it'd be easier. I wanted to start, I realized, you know what, it's been almost a month since we've worked on the structure of our base. And I have all these grand ideas in my head of how I want the base to look. Sorry, I'm trying to get the mic in a better spot. And I realized, you know what, why don't I just start tackling it little bits at a time? So I've added the color strip. For those who don't know, I'm going to use purple, black, maybe orange, maybe a little bit of green for accent color in the base. And we need to build all of the supporting arches on this bottom floor and top floor, the big pillars holding up the roof. And to do that, I just made some concrete patterns, start making some more concrete. We did shut off the stone of our build palette stone, and that's because we had almost 2 million of each type, and I really don't see us using that many blocks. Other than that, I added a few more salvagers. Oh, I gotta turn off my magnet when I'm in here. I added a few more salvagers here because it was taking forever to catch up on this. Finally, we're caught up. These materials, minus netherite. I haven't done netherite to the list yet. We can do netherite. I didn't realize we were getting that. The armor that's left in there is all of the armor that isn't salvageable, so I'm not really processing it, if that makes sense. Let's process the netherite. That can't hurt. And then I just want to see if we actually get netherite from this. Hopefully. One of the pieces, they're damaged, so okay, so we are going to get some netherite too from this farm. With how little netherite armor pieces there were though, I wouldn't expect very high amounts. I suspect we're going to need to build our end farm in order to get anything worthwhile. Nope. Don't need to worry about that. But the inventory I've prepared is I want to set up 32 loot fabricators. And I was thinking of putting them over in this corner, but I wanted to raise it up first, and then we'll go ahead and see if we have room. Oh, this is annoying. Let's see if I can. I have to sneak to place them. Might be better to do 16 at a time. Now, I want to see if all 32 will fit. If all 32 will fit in one pillar, I'm going to go with that. Oh, we might just have enough space. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Now, what we're going to need to do is set up some wireless AE2. And we're going to do it probably. Sorry, I'm debating the sides. I'm going to put down the connector here and the other one over here, but we are going to have to use P2P with how many channels we're going to be utilizing. I'm going to start a spike right here. I think that'll be fine. And we're going to use 2 P2P channels for 32 channels each, one for import, one for export. So let's get our cyan cable here. And what I'm going to do is put one here and one. Oh, that's right. The dense needs to run off from an angle. Ooh, now that I think about that, I should have put the loot fabricators kind of in a different position. Oh, well, it is what it is, folks. So we got those placed. Let's grab some anchors. Don't need any more cable. And we're going to put our 2 P2P buses like so. Then we'll go ahead, head back over to our main network controller. And I believe all the bottoms are taken, but these top ones are free. So let's grab this one for here. My voice is a bit rough this morning. I hope everyone's having a good one, whether you're watching on Twitch or later on YouTube. For those who missed the last stream, the server is currently public right now. You can join. I know there's been quite a few people asking about that on the channel, about wanting to join. So hopefully they see one of these announcements, because it's only going to be public for a couple weeks or until the server gets really full, and then I'm going to private it again. Let's get our export buses down. The configuring of these will take a bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to do 1 fabricator for each prediction type is the plan. Oops. Let's get these export buses, and then we'll go ahead and get a dense cable which can handle the 32 channels running up the side. And for look's sake, I'm just going to go all the way up. Okay, network booting. Let's let the network boot and then we'll check. Okay, so 1 of 8 at the bottom, we should see 32. Perfect. Now we do need to power these. And I was debating how we were going to do it. And I decided we're just going to use a universal cable running up the back here. And then we'll put our import buses on the other side. So let's grab a flux point. That's something I forgot to have in the inventory. Put our flux point right here, set it to fallen power out and bypass limit. Now we just need okay, this will work how I want to do it. You know what, for cleanliness sake. Okay, so this was 5F56. That was 5F56. Is that what this card is currently set to? It is. Awesome. Let's put a little anchor. And then on this side, we will put all of our import. Not doing any acceleration cards. There's no real need for that. But the plan is to get this set up, possibly start a miniature mechanism reactor, because I have found I need some of the materials, such as the polonium and plutonium. And we don't need to do any crazy setup. We're not trying to make enough for anything other than just a few items. And we don't want to add to the lag of the server any more than there already is. So we're not going to go crazy with it. All right. Let's wire these up. And what we'll do is we're just going to put in the predictions that we have. We're not going to preemptively put in any predictions to be cleaned up. So let's just get this up to the top so it looks the uniform. Put everything away. And then I'm just going to grab predictions and shift click one of the I really hate that my view cell. Okay, you know what? So that I don't have to worry about it happening, I'm gonna put all 3 of my view cells in my inventory. Okay. So there is our predictions. And what we'll do is start here at the bottom with, I can barely even read that. Is that Enderman? So we got Enderman, Zombie, Shulker, Glow Squid. We'll just go through here. Skeleton, Blaze. As much as I'd love to just put this as fuzzy on them all, if you do that, you then have to make sure you set which loot you want from the predictions on every single prediction for every single fabricator, and I'm just not in the mood to do that. Not at all. We got Warden, Elder Guardian, Death Tome, Vindicator. We're getting there. We're almost done. That's Witch, Hoglin, Wither, and what's the last one? Wither Skeleton. Okay. So with the predictions placed, we now need to go to each one and select what we wanted from it. This is from the Enderman prediction, and I'm going to just choose Ender Pearls. Next prediction is Zombie, and from Zombies, I'm going to choose Iron. From Shulkers, I want Shulker Shells. From Glow Squid, I want Glow Ink Sack. From Skeletons, I want Bones. Blazes, Blaze Rods. Piglin, Gold. Piglet's Heart, obviously. Magma Cream. Gas Tier. I'm going to go with Dragon's Breath for now. We'll switch this to Dragon Egg if we ever need. But from the Warden, I want Echo Shards. From the Elder Guardian, he is going to be our Sponge. Or you know what? Why don't we... I'll put him on Prismarine, and I'll put the Guardian on Prismarine Crystal. Yeah, there we go. Death Tomes, we want books. Vindicators, we want emeralds. Witches, we want redstone. Hoglin, we want leather. Wither is another star. And Wither Skeleton. We were doing skulls, but we have plenty of skulls for now. So let's do coal. And I need to fix this. It happens very rarely that these slimes get out. And I believe it's happening because inside the farm, this dreadful dirt is spawning them in the glass, is what I think it's doing. So hopefully doing that, we won't run into the issue. Hopefully. Who knows? We'll see if it worked. Let's make sure these are working. I'm not... Okay, here we are. Now we're seeing predictions. It is getting imported. Just gonna fly down really fast through a few of them. Looks good. And we have plenty of various storage systems to hold the items. I'm not worried at all. I did want to queue a couple more of these, as long as we don't have to craft logic. Can I do 3? Yeah, there we go. 3 more 256M mega crafting storage on the way, which is awesome. Got all the machines running. I'm sure this is kicking off here with storage components. Looks good, looks good. Yeah, so that is the predictions handled. Now, as we get the rest of like the Twilight predictions, we'll put the data modules here, and we have some availability for 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, a bunch more. We should be fine. Over here, I have momentarily switched back to produce essence to get me more XP levels. And I think that's pretty much everything to do in here. I did turn off my fertilizer farm. I just simply don't have the need for so much fertilizer, or well, sewage. Or does it call it fertilizer? It does. We have 141,000, so nothing to really worry about there. This hole has been bugging me. There we go. All right, so we need a mini mechanism reactor setup. And I have no idea if we have the materials. We haven't even produced fuel yet. I just want to get the reactor set up and go from there. Just a small reactor, 5x5, 1 fuel rod with water, I think is what we're going to do. So let's appmech. And we need, I'm not doing induction, I'm doing the reactor. Here it is. All right, so we need, we're not even going to do a turbine, but I want reactor glass as a pattern. We got plenty of lead. Fission casing we can make. Reactor port. Logic adapters. Fuel assembly does require a basic chem tank pattern. And control rod assembly. Beautiful. That actually should be almost everything. Minus that we don't have fissile fuel to put into it. We'll need to make that eventually. But I just want to get this base structure done. And I'm going to need 4 ports, right? Yeah. Where were the ports? Right here. So 4 of those. Let me think what else we need. I do want to put the logic adapters. And then change a bunch of it to glass, but we'll need 1 fuel rod assembly and 2 fuel assemblies. And then a bunch of reactor glass. Okie doke. Let's get the basis lined out here. We're going to build it right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to switch to my builder's wand here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, for those who don't know, you don't have to go max size with these reactors. All that does is cause more lag. There's just no need to do that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do all my exporting in the front. Well, importing and exporting in the front. Then we'll put our 2 assemblies and a control rod. The logic, I'm going to handle in the back like so. Then we need our glass. This should be a valid reactor, right? Yep, there we go. So here is our valid fission reactor that we are just going to trash the steam from. And maybe we'll do a quick mechanism setup for fissile fuel. Let's It's not too difficult. I think how do I want to go about doing this? What we could do is start producing some of these materials, such as getting our hydrogen and oxygen automated. We have some channels here we could use, but I think I want to put it all on a fresh P2P. Hey, look at that. These two are done. I do need to change this to our P2P cable. Which will break a few things momentarily while I do this. I didn't feel like, oh, how do I keep doing that? I didn't feel like doing a color applicator at this time. And apparently I needed the equal distribution card for a quest. Hey, there you go. Let's go ahead and bring over to here some P2P. Go ahead and put that down and grab ourselves a channel. Oh, players joining, so it's a bit laggy. Let's grab our channel and place it down. Now I'm going to go for as clean of a setup as possible that will also store excess chemicals. We are not going to do a limited production process chain. We're going to go for excess material process chain. So that one's done. So the very first most important one is going to be our oxygen line, probably. So we need electrolytic separators, which we need a recipe for gold dust and iron dust, probably. Oh, hello. Probably in our... Oh, did we never make the crusher? That explains a lot. Let's make a crusher. Good morning, Ringling. How are you? Let's make a pattern for Ultimate Crushing Factory so that I don't have to do the tiers separately. Good. Gonna make some breakfast for the family. No school today. Ooh, nice. Don't know if I have the lava. That is a, I'm not sure moment. Let's get set up to put this down. I'm going to take away whatever that was for. And we should get our crushing factory. Oh, it was network booting. Okay. crushing factory here, and we're going to say item config. Hey, Donut, what's up? We're going to input, output the top, auto eject, and turn off every other side. Give it some upgrades here. Gosh, these view cells getting clicked down when my Minecraft does the stupid double click bug is driving me insane. I'm about to stop using view cells, let me tell you. So there we go, the crushing factory is here, and for the electrolytic separator, we needed gold dust. Just want to make sure. Oh, I guess we could have used the sag mill, but that's all right. I'm just gonna make these patterns because there's an ad break right now. Of course there is. Okay. Ad break ends in 15 seconds. Really don't know how I feel about that on Twitch. I'm gonna turn auto sort on. And let's see if I got all of the dusts needed. But yeah, let's see if I got all of the dusts needed for an electrolytic separator. Beautiful. Now, we have a few options here. Oh, there's a player, new player, and it's nighttime. I'm going to sleep for them because something's causing really bad lag right now. As soon as Horizon logged on, the TPS just tanked. What's that about? Who's the new player? It looks like it is Jinglestown. Joined us. Where am I? Here we are. So in the electrolytic separator, the gases can be auto-ejected, but I can't do both on one side. But I wanted to test Hey, and there's Jinglestown, the man, the myth, the legend right there. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Twitch channel. I appreciate it. Sorry about the lag. We've been trying to narrow down the causes and effects. And believe me when I say a lot of effort has gone into the lag hunting. It's just proven to be quite the challenge indeed. We're going to come out here and put down our electrolytic separator. And I'm going to export. I really wish I could do double output. That drives me crazy. But we're going to export water here. Give it a little bit of speed. That'll start producing, and I wanted to test if a single import bus, rather than having the machine itself export the items if it'll get both sides. So no, we do need double. Okay. We do need power, which I will just universal cable to this one. There we go. And since this won't push two sides, what we're going to do is come to our gases and output one the top. We should see that get chunked. And we will still output 2 on this side. Let's get another import bus. I'm hoping 3 will be enough to keep up here. Once the network boots, let's put some upgrades in this machine. We do need more. Let's see, it needed 1 more speed. Let's get like 100 of these. Oh yeah, it's cooking now. But tell you what, I'm actually going to change, since I'm going to have the machine export on its own will here. Oh, placed this one wrong, because it causes less lag if the export buses are not having, if the import buses are not having to check for valid materials. So it should handle that itself. What are you working on right now, Fallen? I am getting, I don't know if we're going to do the whole chain today. I don't know if I have that long, because I also wanted to start static industry today, and it's already 11. Getting prepared to run my own little reactor, kind of just showing people you can use a small reactor. If that makes sense. And I need plutonium and polonium to eventually get my creative jetpack. I've been making all the patterns, and the capacitor does require SPS casing and induction cell. And the SPS casing and everything, we're going to need polonium and plutonium. So I'm just going to start producing some materials here, because I noticed if we look at oxygen, there's mechanism oxygen, and there is GregTech oxygen. And if we have a look at it, oh, I have no idea if it works. But oxygen, there was a way to possibly change oxygen to oxygen. I can't remember exactly how, but either way, I'm going to need these materials for my fissile fuel. The other thing we should get automated right now However, before we move to the next project, if we go back at looking at fissile fuel from uranium hexafluoride, we need uranium oxide, which is yellow cake uranium, which is enriching uranium. So let's make a yellow cake uranium pattern really quick and put it in our enriching. We'll queue up about 10,000 of it. And we need to pump it through a chemical oxidizer. And then we'll leave mechanism at that. We're going to go work on something else temporarily. So let's get a chemical oxidizer. Which does require a few additional patterns here. But after this, we need to make a precision mechanism crafting setup. And there's a way to do it that requires very little in the way of, how would you put it? Very little in the way of auto crafting problems. Because for those who are familiar with precision mechanisms, their crafts can fail. And I want to set it up in such a way that no matter what, we can request an auto craft of precision mechanisms and receive precision mechanisms. And there's a cool way we're going to do it. Let's get this chemical oxidizer set up, and I'm going to come to the items config and put this as input output right, and the gases output right auto eject. That should allow me to place a pattern provider right here. And we'll go ahead and connect these. Oops. Go ahead and connect these, and we'll make a pattern for yellow cake uranium. 1 to 250 is fine. I'm okay with that recipe. So we're not going to modify it. And then it should allow us to request uranium oxide once it has enough yellow cake. So what I'll do, I just wanted to queue the yellow cake so it was going while we were getting ready. I'm going to just queue 5,000 buckets of uranium oxide. Then we need to put some upgrades in. My son is having a rough time right now, for sure. Okay. I don't think there's any other upgrades we need. That should be fine. And then I'm going to come in here and mute any new mechanism sounds. Nope, no new ones. So that's enough of mechanism for today. Let's come over here towards our create area. And what I want to make is a precision mechanism loop that also will always guarantee a precision mechanism. And there's a good way we can do this. One of my favorite ways. We're going to need some funnels. some smart funnels. But we never did electron tubes. You can't filter an andesite, can you? Yeah, I don't think so. Let's just make a pattern. And I may have to make some electron tubes here. Yeah, we need one electron tube, which we might as well keep getting the patterns. Like so, and polished rose quartz can be made in an enrichment chamber. Rose quartz is this pattern. Beauty of mechanism, folks. A lot of people don't know you can do that. Let's come back over here and place our rose quartz. This is going to be backed up on uranium for a minute, so I'm going to speed it up. And let's see if we can get this now. Beautiful. And I'm going to set it up right here. So I'm going to need 2 chests. We'll go with diamond chests. And it's going to need to be 1, 2, 3. So chest, chest. Brass funnel, brass funnel. And this one is going to be set to pull out. And I want it to be precision mechanisms. However, I don't know. Here's what I could do. Is I just need a attribute filter. And can I drag a precision mechanism in here? I don't want was added by create. I want... Oh, is that all that there is? It's not what I wanted. I might have to use the other list filter. And instead have this be an allow list, ignore data, precision mechanism. As well as gold plate. I got the filter figured out. Thank you though. Appreciate it. Let's put gold plate in here. And how this is going to work is going to be the cool part. I'm going to go ahead and set up a belt. Like so. And another belt like so. And here we can just use regular funnels. This one being changed to pull out. This one being pull in. Did I set this one? Which one's the pull out? I actually don't remember. Let's do a test. Can I put a gold plate? Let's make a pattern for it. And I'm not going to use my creative motors here. I'm just going to use some electric motors. We'll see if this works. Hey, Lady Fox. Sure love you, babe. Thanks for stopping by, sweetheart. So we want this going this way. So that did work. And then we want this one. Okay, seems to be working. So I'm just going to get all the items out. I'll turn it down. Collect all these. Holy cow, is there a bunch in here? There we go. And try to take this off the conveyor. Okay. Now, we need 3 deployers. So let's make deployer pattern. And pray that we have enough andesite casing. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to put some stone and place down our deployers. Then I'm actually going to rotate these. Oh, they're all facing the wrong way anyway. Down and one rotate like so. With a motor over here. Let's put it on this side. So that they're all running. And now I'm going to grab our network here. This is where the trick is going to come into play, everybody. This is what you've been waiting for. So let's bring over the dense cable. And from the drop down, I'm going to export to these. If we look at precision mechanism, it needs to be cog large iron nugget. So let's put cogwheel, large cogwheel, and I do want these to be cooking, as well as craft if they need it. Oh my gosh. And lastly, iron nugget. So now all of the hands are set. Now for the interesting part. So what I'm going to do is on this chest, we're going to wrap the cable around like so. And I'm going to grab a import that is not fuzzy to grab precision mechanism. I do not want fuzzy. Then here is the trick, everybody. What we're going to do bring this cable down is we're going to put another export bus. But this export bus is going to need a redstone card set to active with signal. Active with signal. It will export gold plate. Then we're going to take an emitter, place our emitter here, put in a crafting card, and what this means is emit redstone to craft item is what we want. And we want that craft to be precision mechanism. Now, it already kind of started because I wasn't ready. But this did give us, so I'm actually going to take our filter and take off precision and put in, oh, did I throw it away? Oh, it's right there. I'm going to put in incomplete. Go ahead and give this some speed. I don't want it too fast to start. But how this works is if I queue a precision mechanism, it will turn this on until the system receives a precision mechanism. It is going to overcraft. That's fine. I also want gold plates down here, memory, and stack. But it should cycle these until it gets a complete precision mechanism. And you'll notice auto craft complete and it turned off. Granted, we will get extra because of the way I've configured it, but it works. That's what matters. So it'll finish crafting these, all of these ones we have. It would have been faster if I had sped it up. All of these. So let's let this run. Maybe we'll get some fails. Because we need to filter the fails too. Yeah, I'm gonna let this run at max speed for a bit till it's clear, and then we'll test it again with the speed turned up. Should be a lot cleaner by doing this memory slot. I'll take these out. So it just finishes the ones it has. Okay, so there's a fail. One of the fails are iron ingots. So we're going to add iron ingot to our import bus. It's going to finish a bunch again really quick. Let's give this a minute. Okay, cogwheel is a fail. Golden nugget is a fail. I just wanted to get most of the fail resources out of the way and sorted. Shaft. And it should finish any moment here. I think it's got a stock of them back here too. So we probably crafted more than we needed. But that's okay. Let's just see what happens if I try to request a single one this time. Okay, it's almost done. We got another fail material. Okay, it is done. So let's request a precision mechanism. Also, I'm going to hurry and finish this one. Oh, wait, no, this is the one that got messed up. So let's request one precision mechanism. It'll do a bunch at the start. The emitter's on. There's a fail and emitter's off. Perfect. So we get like 16 a craft, which isn't too bad. Or more than 16. We get about 32. 32, 40, maybe a stack. I think we get a stack. You can modify this by adding a limiter to make it, not a limiter, a pulse. It turns a constant signal into a pulse so that it just pulses some gold plates into here. Or you could combine other mods so that upon receiving redstone signal transmits one item. But I'm okay with, hey, if we're short, craft me a few, you know, just get me stocked. That works for me. But the reason we needed the precision mechanisms, folks, is we are at the stage in GregTech of needing a mixer. Over here in low voltage, I made a regular mixer, but there is another tool in GregTech known as a basic kinetic mixer. It does things in like half the time, but it requires precision mechanisms. So now that I've done that, I should be able to get kinetic mixers. Oh, retry. It's going to take a moment, isn't it? Because of the wire mill. Yep, there we go. So there is our kinetic mixers. And the way these work is you can input create kinetic energy and get faster speeds. So just like that, we'll be able to take our gallium and eventually arsenic and get our gallium arsenide dust, diode, and MV circuit. The only thing that's in the way is making the copper-nickel blast furnace to get arsenic trioxide. And we've already made an electrolyzer. We just need the arsenic dust. That, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call this Twitch stream here. I appreciate everybody who tuned in here live on Twitch or is watching later on YouTube. Reminder that I stream my episodes live. I don't like recording by myself, even though I'm giving it a try with a few series right now, and it's going all right. I'm still editing those videos. But you can always tune in. I'll catch y'all next time. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you may be in the world. Bye-bye. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. Catch you later.